Yeah,
It is not
Mr.
feelings.
Jemima. Hey, my God.
Catch feelings. Bang. Like that.
But only told that can answer.
You know.
You understand? Guys, I'm
Oh
sorry.
my.
People will not allow me to be serious on this show. I told you, like, they're my G's.
Mhm.
But this story is really interesting. And one thing,
Mhm.
when people are sharing their story like this, one of the things that I'm always saying is that I'm happy that we are able to hear the story and see how God is leading people. I mean, who would have known that the delay he had, with serving, or the fact that I didn't even go to serve, immediately finishing school, would have done this. You know how sometimes we get delayed or there's a detour in our lives, and then we don't even understand why it is happening until when the thing now happens. You now say that, oh, it was this was what God was trying to do, but we do not see it from the onset. I've never seen anybody who said, oh, I knew the whole picture. And that's why he's God, because he's the one writing the story. Guys, I hope that you're picking one or two things from this story, and you are, you might probably be at a point in your life where you're feeling like, I should have moved faster than this, I should have gone faster than this. This is not where I'm supposed to be. Maybe you're already even comparing yourself with one or two persons around you, and you're like, nah, this is not what I'm supposed to be. But have you cared to ask God, why you asking me to stop? Why are you making me have a seemingly delay, right? Why are you making me wait at this point in time? What do you want me to do? What would you have me do at this point in time? I think that we should begin to look at it from that perspective, because the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, it's not only about you. It's also about what God wants for you and how God is designing your life, because He is the chief storyteller and He's writing a beautiful story to your life. Okay, so let me go back to my guest. So next question is, I'm going to ask you, okay, now fine, you have already established communication, you're already building friendship. At what point did you now, reveal it to each other that, what, I think this is where God is leading me to. You see, that will be my wife. You see, that will be cooking a recipe for me for the rest of my life. At some point, so let me hear from you, Bro Jerry.
Okay.
And how?
Um.
How do you even communicate that to her? You understand
Okay.
what I'm saying?
I think in that same 2020, inside one of our many talks, then I told her categorically that I don't even see that concept.
Your mama is shy. It's a
And
lie, you
you
guys.
know, you
It's a
know,
lie.
you know, you know what she has this. In short, her brain is so sharp
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
the
Jemima.
way you
Tell
remember
us.
something, you will something. That she
Vivid.
recorded it.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me take how he told me. He told me towards the end of 2020. They were already talking and all of that, but he never made mention of any of that. Me, I was already convinced. But
Hmm.
I needed to know if he was already if he was convinced also, because he had not said
Also,
anything in that line. We're just
Hmm. Hmm.
discussing generally. We became friends and all of that.
Hmm.
We got into each other. We got used to calling ourselves and all
You
of that.
got you got into each other. Oh. You build friendship, oh, be friends. Don't a marry stranger that you don't know anyone. I'm not saying, please, I'm not saying that it's not possible for God to lead you to a stranger, somebody you don't
mm-hmm.
totally know. But I'm saying that even if God is leading you to a stranger, at least before
Become
you get to the
friends.
point where you say we'll marry, be friends. You understand? And
Mm-hmm.
get into each other, into him.
You to him. Oh,
So that period, I knew he actually did not want to say it.
Mm.
He didn't want to say it yet. But that period, it was one of my down moments, and I think there was something I was working on, and it was not working. So I was feeling really bad, and I was talking to him, and like I was pouring out my whole heart to him. And I was feeling so bad, like why is it not working? What am I like? I was now feeling so. I was speaking bad of myself and something like that. So he was not like, said that, I shouldn't say that. That I'm a very wonderful person, I'm beautiful, I'm good, I'm special, and all of that. He was saying a lot, and in the midst of all he's saying, he was not like, I know I'm not supposed to say this, but I have to say it now. Oh, my Mary!
I get it.
I need fun. I need fun. Oh,
So
oh.
he now said,
What was it a call? He called you. It was a call.
yes, we're on call, yeah.
I
So he
see.
said, I know I'm not supposed to say this, now, but
Mm.
I'm going to say it. And I'm like, okay. He said, I love you. Like, I really do.
My glasses. Another time to guide. Ah,
So that was the first time in how many? It was almost a year. Okay, no. It was not up to a year. It was just some months.
bro J.
They are just talking.
Ma,
And that was the first time he was saying that. Like, and you know that before that time, me, I was not even scared. I was like, ah, God, this brother that is not even romantic. You know, he's even say anything. He will not even say, I like you. This is nothing. The highest, he just is maybe when we call. And when he said that was one day, when I woke up that morning after my prayers, I was like, God, I need a sign today. Like, I
Mm.
need a sign. Just one thing.
Mm.
Like, and you know that after praying that day, that morning, he called me. And when he called me, we finished. Normally, 1 o'clock, okay, all right, have a nice day, bye, I'll end the call. But that day, when we finished talking, he now said, you know what? I said, what? He said, you are the best. And I'm like, ah,
I want punchline. Yeah, I want. Oh, thank God I still have my glasses. I need to be guiding myself. See,
this impact
ladies,
is
let
too
me tell you
much.
something. These punchlines, they are not found on the streets. You understand? It is not something that somebody will just be using for you anyhow like that.
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
You get, and then somebody that is already building friendship with you, and you people are already
yeah,
talking into in. You will get what I'm trying to say. And then the best, and then when say you are the best,
ah,
best, oh no.
No,
the
no.
best, Dare. So that was it. After he said that, that was like the highest compliment he had given me in
Mm,
months. And then for him to
mm,
now say, I know I'm not supposed to say this now, but I have to. And then he said, I love you. I really do.
hey,
Mary, let me tell you the truth. Immediately he said that thing, I moved my phone from my ear. Like,
you
I removed
wanted
the
to
phone
be
from the
true.
ear. And then I put it back. I was like, hello, sorry, what did you say?
Look at you.
You wanted to hear it again to be sure
Yes, so
that
he said it. He was like, yes, I love you. I really do. Ah, Mary, that night, I slept. I forgot the problem that was doing me.
It was a medicine.
Man, I was like, Jesus. So finally. And again, Mary, let me say something. Let me say something quickly. I just remember this. I was like that period. I okay. Before then, I had a failed relationship already. So
mm,
that period when we were talking and we were building friendship and all of that, it happened that this my ex now came back and he was coming back and he was begging for second
to
chance.
do what? Wait to be second time.
So me, I was
I
like,
am the God of a second chance. It's only God that used to give people
only
second time,
God.
Jesus.
third time, fourth time, fifth time. In fact,
Yeah, so
God can give you 50 chance
yeah,
Yes,
so
sir.
if He
trust me.
wants. If He
Mary.
wants. Where
So
are you coming back to?
that time, oh, me, I was not as per my friend now. Brother
You were
just tell me
even
that
telling
he
him.
likes me. So me, I was not telling him that that's what is happening. Oh. Mary, let me be sincere. We are married now. So I didn't want to hear. So it's a good time to confess. I was saying that thing that time because I wanted him to speak up. I mean, I was
So that
convinced
we
already.
know where there
I
are
wanted to know where I
options.
was standing. Like, so I wanted him to now come out and say, since there is now a third party, let me better shoot my shot. Mary,
But
my
he was
okay,
adamant.
Bro Jerry did not say pim. I'm telling you,
Mm,
he didn't even tell me anything like, for where we don't allow you. Anytime I tell you, what you tell me, say, that things like that happen. So, but what he will encourage me to do that I should pray and be sure, and I should be very, very sure that I know what God is telling me. Anytime you tell me that thing, I'll be like, which kind of be
what's the word of this one? We're asking you A, you are saying K.
That's it.
you will not even tell me, hey, are you free on Friday night? Let's have a VG. Baby,
Ah, this
me
VG.
that is finding love. I will not do VG again.
Oh, so you people used to do video.
No,
Stop
no,
now.
no, be
Eh,
speaking
It's
video
not
now.
that
No, prayer
as in
video.
prayer
Fire
vigil,
prayer.
as in pray.
on the phone, Abby.
Yes, now.
Oh,
Before God, is it
wow.
face to face video? Oh, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So,
See, people of God, there are levels to this thing. When a
yes.
brother begins to call you frequently, he's advising you and he's suggesting video to you.
The ministry is going to the permanent site.
I'm not saying anything, no, but I'm just saying that
Ministry, I
it
think, go.
could be
Yeah.
that the Lord is, I don't know, honestly, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But so you were
Yes,
praying.
so
You
we
guys,
have series of videos. So we have series of
ah,
videos.
Breakthrough prayer.
Pray.
Breakthrough prayer.
Yes. So
Oh
that
my
was
god, this is interesting. I love the fact that you guys, took some time to build friendship, even though it wasn't so long. But at least, you built friendship to a point that okay, we could now be married. So it's been 1 year now. It's been 1 year. How has it been so far? You know how people say that the first year of marriage, it get as it be as it gets. Well, I mean, I've been to your house a couple of times. I don't want to say anything, but how has it been, so far being married? Jemima, did you have expectations, before you got married? Were you shocked? In fact, let me ask a question because I mean, these are questions. This is the one question that I already have it in mind. Hey,
okay.
by the time me I marry, me
Mhm.
Mary of the Most High, the time. And by the time I marry, these are some questions I'm going to ask my husband, right? Listen, but not to say husband. One day, you go reach our turn. So, were you shocked? Were there some things you found and you were shocked? You were like, I never knew this about you, bro Jerry. Or were there some things you found, bro Jerry, that you're like, Auntie Jemima, where you keep this one before? I never saw this part, either negative or positive. If you are comfortable with sharing that, as we talk about 1 year after.
No, go first. Ladies first.
Okay.
Anytime. Ladies first.
Okay. You know, I watch Korean movies a lot. I watch K
Gojompio,
drama.
Gojompio people. What's over flower gang?
I remember. A lot of
So
people.
K dramas messed with my head. Like
Eh?
I was not expecting so many serere. Like ah, oh my god. So I was expecting I just had that love expectation. Maybe I was thinking when I come back from the wedding night, I'll see roses all over my bed, and in the morning they'll now come and carry me to the bedroom to go and bathe. Like I had some messy things in my head, and with time I had to tell myself, babe,
This is real life, not K drama.
like so. But those are just I had so many expectations, and like all those love things I used to see online and all of that. So. But I now got to discover that now Yoruba man I marry you.
Ah, no, I won't take that. I will not take that. No, no, no,
What
no.
is
I'm
sorry?
not. I will stand there and defend my brother. What do you mean by
Don't
that?
get to my sister.
No. It's not what people are thinking. It's not what you
Uh-huh.
are thinking. What I'm not trying to say that I married a Yoruba man and not Bunjobi.
Uh-huh. I know could you oh better. Better that way. If I need to
So,
forget that, I go and do what could you be?
Would you what?
so that was it. So actually, the union actually taught me that I
Mm,
got married to my own,
mm,
and
mm,
I would not be expecting what I see or hear from others to happen to
mm,
me. I have to understand that this man here is my husband and is forever. Like,
mm,
and
mm,
definitely because we've not lived together, we've only known each other through talking and few
mm,
hours we just spent together outside.
mm,
But coming into
mm,
the marriage, you get to learn a lot. Like, you get to learn a lot. A lot. I don't like dropping these clothes. Yeah, oh, me, that is the best position for me to drop my clothes. And to the grace and glory of God, we've all made those compromises. And well,
mm,
if I
mm.
see the clothes where it's not supposed to be, I will pick it. If he sees the thing that I drop where it's not supposed, he will pick it. And like that, we've just been understanding each other. But we've not really had any serious issue that
Mm.
we say, I didn't know. Like there's no big issue like that that we could not deal with. Nothing. Nothing.
Back to you. Let me hear from Bro Jerry.
Okay. Well, it's been 1 year, amazing 1 year, with a lot of beautiful things, one doing here and there. We had some, interesting moments, too, and it's been amazing. I've also learned quite a lot of things that when you're married, uh, the as much as the union is one, when you married, you're one. You must understand that a man must listen to his wife because um, um, the kind of brain the woman carries is unique. Yeah, and okay, come back first.
I'm this Jemima. No, don't worry. We are
Yeah,
communicating. Don't worry, Bro Jerry. Go.
it's unique, and then Even sometimes when she points out some things, okay, do this. I don't, I just like to take it the way she said it, you know. And except for sometimes if I'm not clear with it, I ask again and ask again. We talk about it. But I understand. I was seeing a video of one white guy, and somebody was asking him of, he was saying one thing. And the man was asking that, um, one thing that has kept your union, interest in all this year. And he said, listen to her, always listen to her. And well, on many occasions, it's very important that a man listens to the woman. Even sometimes a lot of people have ego, like men have ego,
Mm, mm,
and they
mm.
don't want to it to be like
Now follow come. Now follow
yes,
come.
yes. As I'm saying it, and they talk, I be do am. So they want to first of all do, and then later they will now agree. So, but then we're not contesting, we're not doing a competition.
Mm,
If you
mm,
said it and you look at it and you think it makes sense, let's go for it. I also
mm,
understand, over time that I should always stand for my wife. Eh, Later on, maybe if whatever she has done is doesn't, it's not good, I can, scold her back at home. But outside, it's very important that I stand for her.
Now
And
man, now man, that's what men they
yeah,
do. Face solidity behind that.
yes, and
How about shots? Are there some things that you are saying and you're like, Sister J?
sure. Well, there are, you know, just like I said about women, there are a lot. There are a lot about women that you can't see in one day.
This
There are a
guy
lot
is
about
giving
women.
is giving a diplomatic answer.
You can't. It has to be a continuous something. So,
I'm
of course,
season
there are
film, you
shots.
know they
Give me
finish.
shots. Eh,
Not finish.
avalanche. Oh, fuck,
Cannot
it
finish.
choke.
It's follow come.
Thank you so much. All right, so we're bringing this to a close now. I would like to ask you so if you want to talk to singles or advise those that are up and coming, those ones that are coming behind. But as it be like, so you don't senior some of us with 1 year experience in that stuff. We will never reach there. So we need experience of 1 year, and really, I'm really so happy for you, and I'm really so proud of both of you. I mean, maybe because I'm saying this because again, I also know you personally, beyond the social media space. And if there's anything that I can say about both of you, I think it's your selflessness for me, honestly. I've seen it first, and the people around me have also gotten to experience it. And I mean, I do not even take it for granted, anyways. So what are you going to give to people as your word of advice? As we bring this to a close.
Okay. Um, well, I would say that marriage is interesting, it's beautiful, it's it's full of a lot of beautiful things, yeah. And ugly things too. Yes, of course. It can't all be interesting. What matters is when it's ugly, be sure to have yourself together. The ugly moment will not continue for long. And
Mm,
after the ugly moment, it's now back to both of us
beautiful
working
things.
together. So we must always understand that it's about us. And for people coming up, people that are not married, I would say that they should be sure that they really want to get into marriage with this person, because by the time you step into it, there's no going back. And you must be positive about a lot of things, um, about the journey. It may not be interesting when you start, because some things may be going, unique, going really well, and then at some point it's not going really well, and then you think maybe you begin to have some negative feelings about this or that. But
Mm,
what matters is be sure that um, you are in the right place. Be sure
mm.
that God is in it. God directed you, and um, you know, and be much prayerful. And the journey will be interesting, even when it's ugly to be interesting. Okay, so something.
Amen. Amen.
Okay.
Nice. So what's it going to be from your engine?
Well, just like you said, um, a lot of us, especially ladies, we have expectations from our
Mm,
husbands and from our home, our
mm.
marriages, and all of that. But when you get into it and it's not really going as you want to, at the same time, it's not like it's bad, but you are seeing it as if it's bad because that's not what you were expecting. So I've
mm,
gotten to
mm,
understand that in marriage, oh, it doesn't wait for how long you've entered into it. A lot of things will happen, like a lot.
mm,
If our marriage taught me that truly you cannot see beyond your nose, as in
Mm.
you cannot is what is happening now that you are seeing. You don't even know what is happening the next minute. You don't know what's going to happen the next hour, and you have to take every day one step at a time. And before you get into it, you have to. I know that you have to pray or be led and be sure, but man, we've heard of people that say, "Ah, we were led, we were this," and then the marriage is not standing, it's shaking and all of that.
mm.
You have to build friendship. Know this person. Like I can beat my chest anytime and say, before I got married, man, I God, I drilled my husband. Like I asked him
Eh,
some questions that are normal here. I don't even think like I pushed him to the wall. I annoyed my husband. I wanted to know what's the worst you can do. It
mm,
may not work for everybody, oh, but
mm,
I did it because I know marriage is a forever journey. So because we had built that friendship, we had in fact I remember towards our traditional wedding, one night I just called my husband and I'm like, this I don't think I can go on with this relationship. Like I know he said I'm dramatic at the beginning of this thing. um, and I'm like, I don't think I can continue with this.
why?
Um, I was telling him and he was like, what is it? I said, I'm no longer led. I can't do this again. The next night from my husband was Jesus. He was like, talk to me. What is going on? What's happening? Who did you talk to?
How many days to go for your trad?
Maybe a week or so.
Eh, God forbid that.
What's that?
In the name of Jesus. What?
So he was like, what is it? What's the problem? It was a night though, maybe that should be midnight. We're talking on phone. And he was like, please, what is it? I should talk to him. Man, Mary, before we said Jack, mother was crying. He was like,
But you,
please.
what prompted that? What's enter inside you? You smoke
Waiting for
something.
come. Hey,
I wanted to test him whether he has second choice.
Jennifer, yeah, I don't know if you are getting me now.
The
Test
mama
me.
you bad though.
Oh, no,
It
I'm telling you. Immediately I heard his voice. I was like, babe, stop, stop. I was joking.
was a prank.
And my mother was like, babe, please don't ever do this
My
to me again.
God.
Please. If you know my husband, you know my husband is very
That
gentle.
was a very expensive joke, Jay. Ah,
no,
no,
no.
why?
He was like, please, babe, don't do this to me again. Please, please. Mother doesn't know how to shout. Please. I was like, I'm
And Bro
sorry.
Jerry is gentle. I know Bro Jerry now.
So me, I
Zero
wanted
check
to,
loading.
as in, so what I'm
Bro
just trying to
Jerry,
say,
you what were
build
you
friendship.
what were you feeling?
Ha. Oromewa. What you? Yeah, we do that problem. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
And you will not be checking like I did not offend her now. Like what
And
did I
then,
do?
what did I do?
Who talk to you?
That's
You
the
dey talk
question he
to
kept on asking me. Who did I speak to?
who
Did
talk?
anybody tell me anything?
You may I know say normal. You dey very this. Who so much poison your mind to this level that
Yeah.
if not
So,
better. God forbid.
God
God.
forbid.
so that's just the build friendship. That's just marry your friend. That's what I
Maybe
have to say.
The mama girl. Jesus.
Come on. Oh my God.
I'm happy that we can laugh, we can laugh over it now. I can't even imagine how it would have felt. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This girls. We forgive you. We forgive you. Have you apologized very well? Did you apologize very, very well?
Very sorry.
See them.
Oh my
Ladies
God.
and gentlemen, it's been an amazing time talking to these people. I'm really so happy for them. Happy 1 year anniversary once again. God bless your home. God bless your union. Um, God is going to order your steps and you're going to continue to be with your family. Thank you so much for for liking me again the second time. Thank you. I do not even take this for granted at all, and I'm so grateful. I think it's been an interesting conversation so far. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, guys. All right. So do have a lovely evening. Bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, how was that session? It was so good. I enjoyed myself. Honestly, thoroughly enjoyed myself listening to that story. I mean, it just brings to mind again how God is such a beautiful storyteller and a beautiful story writer. Because when he's plotting your story, by the time you're telling it, even you'll be wondering that is it me that I'm in the center of the story like this? You understand that kind of thing. I honestly enjoyed listening to them. I hope you're able to pick one or two things. Because particularly the reason why I bring guests like this, or the reason why I bring people to talk about their love story on this channel, is also to reaffirm, or, remind you to reaffirm, and also to let you know that God is still doing this thing. He's still, your case is not peculiar. You understand? You are not your case is not peculiar, and it is not that God cannot do your own too. You get, well. It's just so beautiful. Thank you so much for joining. If you're new here, please do subscribe. If you're just coming, we love you. This is a family of love and a family of joy. We love you. Do subscribe. Tell your friends about this channel. I promise to be more frequent in your face. I hope that after now, I'm not going to run away again for the next 3 months. God, please. You guys should pray for me. It's not easy. It's not easy coping with all of these things. Well, you two people, you are still my first love. Yeah, on social media. I'm in your heart. You are in my heart. We will see each other in camera. All right. Bye. Until I come your way again, to have a very, very lovely day. I love you. Thank you so much, and bye.